If you want to be successful, learn from the other people's mistakes. Don't learn from the successful stories. Learn from the mistakes, the other people. No matter how smart you are, you will encounter these mistakes. You learn from mistakes not because you will be able to avoid mistakes. You will able to, when these mistakes come, this suffer comes, you know how to deal with it, how to face it. The book I want to write is Alibaba 1001 Mistakes. This is the most treasurable things that in my life. In my life, it's not how much we achieved, it is how much we go through the tough days.
There was a young man who, he wanted to make a lot of money, and so he went to this guru. He told the guru, I want to be on the same level you on. And so the guru said, if you want to be on the same level I'm on, I'll meet you tomorrow at the beach at 4 a.m. So the young man got there at 4 a.m. The old man grabs his hand and said, how bad do you want to be successful? He said, real bad. He said, walk on out in the water. So he walks out into the water. Watch this. When he walks out into the water, it goes waist deep. He said, walk a little further. He came, dropped his head in, held him down. Just before my man was about to pass out, he raised him up. He said, I got a question for you. He said, when you were underwater, what did you want to do? He said, when you want to succeed as bad as you want to breathe, then you'll be successful. If you say you want to be successful, but you don't want it bad, you just kind of want it. The most important thing is this, to be able at any moment to sacrifice what you are for what you will become.
There are American heroes who don't like this idea. Neil Armstrong, Gene Cernan have both testified against commercial spaceflight in the way that you're developing it, and I wonder what you think of that.
I was very sad to see that, because those guys are, those guys are heroes of mine, so it's really tough. I wish they would come and visit and see the hardware that we're doing here. And I think that would change their mind.
They inspired you to do this, didn't they?
Yes.
And to see them casting stones in your direction.
It's difficult.
Did you expect them to cheer you on?
Certainly hoping they would.
What are you trying to prove to them?
What I'm trying to do is to make a significant difference in spaceflight and help make spaceflight accessible to all.
Buy this car, you'll get girls. Buy this bra, you'll get guys. And we're seeing it so much that we start believing these lies, but the truth is, the makeup they're selling to make you feel prettier is the same makeup you buy to stop feeling shittier about this lie they keep telling you that you are not enough. And what about the movies we watch, all the shows on TV? The more I watch, the more I see I need you to complete me. And yes, love is the answer, love is the key, but if you can't love yourself, how can you ever love me? And loving yourself, what does that even mean? Like massages and selfies and that sort of thing? Because the more I think about it, the more it feels weird. I've always been taught that self-love was something to be feared. I've been taught that arrogance is bad and vanity, it's not good. And even my bracelets are telling me to act how Jesus would. So what should I do?
24 people went for the job. 23 people accepted. I was the only one guy.
You will fail at some point in your life. Accept it.
Well, I think we have to get used to it. We're not that good.
You must fail 100 times to succeed once.
You have to fail in order to climb that ladder.
If you don't fail, you're not even trying.
Fail, pick yourself up, and fail again. Because without this struggle, what is your success anyway?
Don't be afraid to fail big, to dream big.
If you try hard and it doesn't work out, that's okay. Like you can learn from that.
There's no such thing as failure, really, because failure is just that thing trying to move you in another direction.
No one succeeds the first time.
It's inevitable. Embrace it.
Because the losses are there to wait.
Is the first thing you do when you wake up to check your phone? Here's why you shouldn't be doing that. When you first wake up, your brain switches from delta waves, which is what you're in during deep sleep, to daydreamy theta waves. In this theta state, your brain is really malleable and changeable. When you check your phone first thing, whether looking at Instagram, checking emails, or reading the news, you're actually skipping this state altogether and going straight into alert mode. If you read the news first thing and come across something negative, you could actually trigger your body's stress mode, which puts you on edge for the whole day. So remember, the first 20 minutes of your day can set you up for success. So have a morning gratitude practice, repeat some affirmations, visualize what your week looks like, take some time praying or meditating. You will be so much better for it.
Sir, how did you become so great?
How did I become so great? That's the question. Well, which class you are sitting? What's your dream in life? I personally believe you must have a dream. Say, I must have a dream.
I must have a dream.
I must continuously acquire knowledge.
I must continuously acquire knowledge.
Hard work.
Hard work.
And perseverance.
And perseverance.
One should not be afraid of problems.
Not afraid of problems.
Then you will be successful, okay?
Even if I am the richest man in the world, my heart never changed. That I always feel the hearts of the poor people. That they're feeling what it needs, what the feelings of being hungry. That's how aside from boxing, I entered to politics because I want to serve honestly, to help the people. And I want to be an example, to be a good example to the politician here in the Philippines, how to be honest, to serve honestly to the people.
Well, the best thing I've learned, and advice I could give maybe my younger self, is really to focus on happiness. You know, happiness is the key because there's so many people that you see either in this industry or just in life in general that are going through their days and may have everything they could ever want, but they're not happy, you know? So you have to focus on what makes you happy and make decisions in your career, in your life that make you happy. And so I've been trying to do that, and it's working, you know, and saying no to things that are negative and saying no to things that you don't want to do, you know? So I think that's my biggest piece of advice.
One of my favorite stories is when JFK went to go visit the NASA Space Center, and he saw a janitor holding a broom, and he asked him what he was doing, and the janitor replied, "Mr. President, I'm helping put a man on the moon." Every generation has its defining works. More than 300,000 people worked to put that man on the moon, including that janitor. Millions of volunteers immunized children around the world against polio, and millions of more people built the Hoover Dam and other great projects. And now it's our generation's turn to do great things. Now I know, maybe you're thinking, I don't know how to build a dam. I don't know how to get 1 million people involved in anything. Well, let me tell you a secret. No one does when they begin. Ideas don't come out fully formed. They only become clear as you work on them. You just have to get started.
Do not do these things in your teens if you want to be successful. Number one, don't spend all your money. Yes, I understand you're young and you need to enjoy your life, but try and save something because it's going to help you so much in the future. Two is don't get addicted to stupid things like alcohol, drugs, cigarettes. Not only are they very expensive habits, but they also mess up your mind, and you need this in order for you to be successful. Three, do not follow the crowd. Be your own person. If you want to do something and you know that it's right, and inside you, your conscience knows that it's right, do that thing. Forget what your friends are doing. Four, gambling. Gambling is one of the biggest reasons why people do not become successful. I personally know people who are multi-millionaires and now they are absolutely at the bottom because of gambling. 5, don't spend all your time on video games and entertainment. Yes, they're fun sometimes, but do it in moderation. Live better now.
99% are not willing to do what it takes to make their dreams come true. The Marines have a saying, everybody wants to go to heaven, but nobody wants to die. And that's just real. At the center of bringing any dream into fruition is self-discipline. You cannot win the war against the world if you can't win the war against your own mind.
always remember one thing. On the road to success, there is always we, not me. Do not think that you alone can achieve things. No. There is always another person who is standing behind you. Maybe not coming on the forefront, but behind.
I hate plan B. When you start doubting yourself, that's very dangerous. Because now what you're basically saying is that if my plan doesn't work, I have a fallback plan. I have a plan B. And that means that you start thinking about plan B, and every thought that you put into plan B, you're taking away now that thought and that energy from plan A. We function better if there is no safety net, because plan B becomes a safety net. It says that if I fail, then I fall and I get picked up and I have something else there that will protect me. It is very dangerous to have a plan B, because you're cutting yourself off from the chance of really succeeding.